following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Well, here we go again. Another another show with my great friend Al Baldessaro. How are you?
Doing
This
Ken.
is the
Doing
art of
great,
politics.
Ken.
It is nothing artful about this gentleman right here. He is a troublemaker. You know why I'm saying that?
Trust but verify.
Yeah. He was
Ronald Reagan said that.
He was nice enough to invite me on his show in Londonderry.
Yes, we had a great show.
And we had, well, it was really good.
Right.
Even the people liked it.
They did. They said that I hit you a little bit too hard, but you know, they felt bad for you.
That's not what they told me.
They felt bad for you.
Yeah, a person said it was so good he would pay to see it again.
Well, we'll have to do it again then. I think just to make sure.
I think so. That was fun.
It was. It's good when we have a difference of opinions, but we're still friends. We still shake hands. Unlike the Democrats in my district and your chairman, who sent out nasty, truths there, flyers there.
Well, hold on a second.
No, wait, don't touch that there, because you'll rip it up. I'm going to hold it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're at the camera. Here you go.
This here went through my district.
It says Al Baldessaro.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Okay,
it says Al Baldessaro, Daniel Tamburillo, and Bill O'Brien. Koch brother agenda will turn the clock back.
Okay, wait. Whose agenda?
The Koch brothers.
And how much money have they given you?
Yeah, but how much? They haven't given me a dime. Not one dime, me.
Well, they not directly.
None.
But
money.
How much money have you gotten through other people who are related to them?
I haven't got much. Nothing at all.
You don't know?
Koch brothers. I don't get a dime from any of them.
Well, no, nobody really gets a dime from them.
How much money do Democrats get from the socialist George Soros? How much money comes in New Hampshire?
Socialist?
Yes, he's a socialist.
And the Koch brothers are what?
Do a Google search under the Canadian Press, George Soros. It's an article just came out written there. It says in Canada how they're using the Koch brothers, and they're not even bringing up George Soros, who donates billions to the progressives.
Wait a minute.
Are you a progressive?
Wait a minute.
Are you a progressive?
Wait a minute. Are the Canadians saying that he's not a socialist?
They're saying he is.
But you're saying he is a socialist?
He is a former communist.
Who?
George Soros. Read the information about him.
How can you sit here, even in a small,
tiny
little
Do you mind if I ask the producer?
In a small city.
Hey, while we're talking, do you mind if I ask the producer to do a Google search
I do mind.
and bring it in? On the history of George Soros? Huh? Why can't you be truthful? I'll never call you a liar, but I'll say, why can't you be truthful?
Anybody a socialist or a communist?
Because he is.
I think you called me a socialist or a communist.
I called liberals.
You got mad at me.
I called liberals socialists.
No.
Because when I was a Democrat,
I'm a liberal and I'm socialist?
When I was a Democrat for many years, up until Ronald Reagan's third year, Democrats wanted you to go to work. When you asked for welfare, my grandfather, who was the mayor of Cambridge, would say, meet me at the Public Works Department at 5:30 in the morning. Tip O'Neill. I've eaten many spaghetti dinners with Tip O'Neill. Okay, and my grandfather and barbecues with him growing up since I was 5 years old or 4 years old. Okay,
and that's why people
those were my idols
for Democrats.
as Democrats. But today, those guys are probably moderate Democrats or moderate Republicans. because you guys, why I left the party, because you continue to spend working people like myself's money
You know,
and got no respect whatsoever.
I hope we're not going to go through that again, because anybody can turn around and make the comment, who can spend the money better, me or them? Well, the fact
We've already
is
proved
that
you can't.
we need to run a state, and you guys, 4 years ago, couldn't run the state.
Well, that's not true.
You put the
That's not-
state in such turmoil.
How do we do it in turmoil? Tell me how we did
throughout
it.
the United States.
Tell me how.
New Hampshire was thought of one of the worst
me how
political
we did that.
places to be in, because it was
You made a
297
comment.
Republicans against 103 Democrats, which I was one, and you guys were awful.
We were
so don't
awful.
call anybody
A
socialist.
$900 million deficit was awful that we fixed. 87
Why do we have
taxes
that?
and fees that you
Yes,
guys
that's right.
raised.
And you
The
know, so-
LLC
oh,
tax, the
God.
campground tax, you just recently, the
The
paint
LLC
tax,
ta- the
the
LLC
fuel
tax.
oil tax, people's energy, you raised Reggie on the energy, on the electric tax.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is
He's
true.
not telling you the truth. That's not factual. And
You-
why
did
do
you
you
raise the
say
Reggie?
this?
Did you raise Reggie
Why
25 cents?
do you say this?
Did you
Excuse me,
raise
wait a minute.
Reggie 25 cents? Answer the question.
No, I did not.
Did the
I did not.
Democrats raise it 25 cents?
What did you say? What did we raise?
The Reggie, regional
What's
greenhouse gases initiative.
And that was for what?
For the that was for the carbon.
And the
Okay,
and you're not-
yeah,
and you don't-
for
you're not
businesses.
for that?
But see, it's
No,
downshifted to the
hold on.
consumers.
You're not. Don't you remember acid rain coming to New Hampshire? You know, they put things on top of the smokestacks. All of a sudden, we don't get
15
acid rain.
15
New
years ago.
Hampshire is a better place to live.
That's
now
not
you're
true.
turning
You know
around and
something?
saying carbon is okay.
You guys get so much BS from these scientists, from Al Gore, who's made billions of dollars
God,
off of this
God
greenhouse
forbid,
garbage.
God forbid we listen
Al
to
Gore.
scientists.
Yeah, but how
You
come
know,
more scientists
God
are saying
forbid
no?
I like this.
Why are
Wait,
more
wait, I got
scientists
a question.
disagreeing?
So you think the world is flat? Of course.
Oh,
You're
give
going
it-
to go right off the end, right?
Give it a break. You know, you guys hate the facts. You know.
No.
Anything I say, I want people to do a fact check. Anything
About
you
the
say,
world being flat.
I want a fact check.
So there's of course there's no, you know, the Earth is not warming up, of course, in your
No,
opinion.
I don't think it is. No,
Because it's
I don't think it is because what they were saying is the ice was melting in Alaska in the front, but it was rejuvenating in the rear. Okay, and they are behind all them ice.
You know something?
What's that?
When are you personally going to understand the world, honest to God, is getting warmer? It's not a question if it is or it isn't. It is. And the thing may be.
Anything you say,
and the
Ken.
thing, wait a minute. And there may be a cycle that this does take place
Yeah.
on a natural cycle. But the question is, how much are we speeding it up? And people like yourself, the scientists, Nobel Prize winners, name it, will turn around and say, well, of course it is. Move on. And you're still at that particular point where you don't believe there's any global warming.
No.
There's
I
no
don't.
global warming.
No, I don't believe in it.
The
no.
weather hasn't changed
I
at
think
all.
The weather has changed for hundreds and hundreds of
No,
years.
no, I mean,
look at the almanac. Look at the almanac. It's
in the
called
last 5 years, there's nothing.
Look at the
nothing
Farmer's
big.
Almanac.
No, nothing big.
Nothing big that didn't happen 100 years ago or 75 years ago.
Oh, I see. Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
no different. Volcanoes
in
erupted.
your lifetime, the last 10 years, are you telling me that in New England the weather hasn't changed?
The weather always changes. What's wrong with you? Are you that slow?
No.
It always changes. Look at the history of the weather.
You know something? I'm not talking day by day because weather does
Look
change.
at the history
I'm
of the
talking.
weather.
Yeah, why don't we look at 50 or 25 years?
You know,
The world is flat.
are the people
like
in
this is going
Nashua
to fall right off
Hey,
like that.
Do you honestly
Here we
believe the
go.
people in Nashua are that slow and don't believe what you're saying? They believe everything you say? Are they that bad? That they believe everything?
Wait, hold on a second. So you're saying, with a true face,
Mm-hmm.
that the globe, the Earth,
Mm-hmm.
is not warming up.
No, I don't think it is.
It's
Look
not
at the
warming
winters.
up.
If it is, what happened last winter? If it warmed up, tell the people what happened last winter. Did they miss a year? The global, did Al Gore maybe,
Excuse me.
use his wand?
Excuse me. This is New Hampshire. This is the globe.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Then why is it getting colder in California and other areas? Why, you know what I mean? I don't understand it. If you look at the past history of the weather, this is nothing new. If you look at the 100-year flood zones, nothing new.
Excuse
if you
me,
look at the 50
no,
years,
hold on,
75,
hold on,
the
hold on a
history
second.
of the
Hold
weather,
on, hold on.
since we've been documenting.
Excuse me. It's gone up about a half an inch. The weather is changing. Last year was like the coldest. The year before was like the warmest winter we've ever had. We've had the coolest summers. We're having odd types of storms.
We don't have record
and that's
breaking.
just in New England.
We don't have record-breaking
If you
weather.
go right down to other parts.
How come we don't have record-breaking weather? You know, they've been tracking this, what, since, I don't know, maybe, you know, I'll take a guess, 1900 maybe,
You know,
1910?
Al,
I can't remember the date.
I'm sure there are a lot of people who really like you, and I'm going to vote for you
I'm a
anyway, no
well-loved
matter
guy.
what.
I'm a well-loved guy.
But honest to God,
Democrats vote for
the
me.
world
Did you know that?
The world is getting warmer.
It is. Okay, we'll
Yeah.
agree to disagree. You
No,
know, let's
we-
talk
not
about...
on, not
hey,
on, Al, not
tell
on
you
this.
what,
No,
let-
no, 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 no,
yeah.
no, no,
We're
no,
gonna
no.
agree to
We're not-
disagree
No,
here.
there's too many facts on that. But so the world.
Wait, whose facts? Give me some facts.
So you're saying
Can you
the
tell
world
the
is
people where to
flat.
go to get the facts? What, the UN? Tell the people where to go get the facts that you're bringing up. There are too
Noah?
many facts. Noah?
Scientists all over the world.
Yeah, Al Gore, right? Al Gore? Huh? The one that invented the internet, Al Gore?
Al, if you really believe the Earth and the weather patterns are not changing and getting warmer, I can't.
Now-
We ought to go on
Okay,
another subject
now,
because
let's say
this is
for some
only
reason-
making one of us look dumb.
Let's say for some reason you're right, okay? Then why do you raise the energy cost of working people and then take that money and divvy it up to businesses, donors
Okay.
of like Governor Lynch or Maggie Hassan, but call it job training? Why do you do that?
Hold on a second.
Why do you do that?
Hold on a second. I'm going to call you
That's
on
a
that.
slush fund.
What money?
The money that comes from Reggie.
Excuse me. What money?
In my town, Stonyfield.
What money?
The money that is taxed.
For what?
Do you ever? You probably don't pay the bills. Your wife does. I pay my electric bill.
Oh, I see.
And on my
What
electric bill, there
money?
is a fee for Reggie.
If you make a comment,
I'm telling you.
the Democrats.
You're not letting me finish.
The Democrats are spending. You're wrong.
You're not letting me finish. You raised it 25 cents. Okay, it was already 38 or something cents, whatever. You raised it.
Raised
okay,
what?
25. The Reggie, there's a cost that goes on your electric bill. What, you don't pay that electric bill, huh? Your wife probably pays the
So
bill.
it's
She would know.
25%.
25 cents more.
25 cents
They added
more.
on, right.
And that is for what?
I got to explain this to you again. Are you that slow today? Are
Is
you
it
all right?
carbon?
Take a drink.
Oh, wait a minute.
For the
It's
carbon.
because the world is getting warmer.
but what is
and
that
we've
money
got to
doing?
spend the money. Okay.
What does that money do? Tell me what that money's used for.
You're telling people we are taxing a lot of money.
Yes,
And
electric.
it's 25
Why do you think our electric
cents.
cost is up? Yes.
In 365 days, we
You-
spend 25 cents for what?
You all forced
For
a
what?
scrubber to be built at $20 million that was passed on to the consumers.
Oh.
Your governor's
Excuse
Public
me.
Utilities Commission just authorized Liberty, not PSNH, because they're not raising their rates yet, and there's another electric company in New Hampshire, I can't think of the name, to raise their rates.
Okay.
One is 50%, the other one's 100%.
Okay, wait, hold on a second. And what you're
I wrong?
What you're
Am I wrong?
What you're saying is we're forcing people or businesses to put scrubbers on their smokestack.
PSNH.
Is that correct?
No, PSNH.
And
you force PSNH.
you really don't think that's a good idea?
I'd be honest with you, I don't know much about the scrubbers. I have to admit, I'm ignorant to that area
Well, it
there.
takes a lot of stuff out of there.
But the duty
obviously.
experts in science and technology think that we forced them to do something that really wasn't needed. They could have gone other routes. There was a mandate.
Honest to
and
God,
the people of New Hampshire had to pick up that cost.
20-something years ago, we did have a lot of acid rain until
20
they
years
put
ago,
the
come on.
scrubbers on
The scrubbers just were
smokestack.
put on a few years ago. What are you talking about? You all passed that for my first,
Al,
second term.
Al, I love you.
You all passed that bill a couple of years ago.
So, ladies and gentlemen, when this man says that we're spending a lot of money and it comes down to 25 pennies, okay,
25
and 365
Wow.
days, 25 cents to put scrubbers on to make clean air or to make sure our air is clean. You're against that.
Okay. 25 cents.
Are you against that?
I am against it right now because I don't know all the particulars on it. When I
Okay,
talk to science
then
and
if
technology
you're-
people, they say we
so
mandated
you're
it was a
against
waste.
something you don't know about.
No, I'm telling you by talking to the Science and Technology Committee, some members, they said we forced a mandate on the PSNH that the money was downshifted to the consumers to pay for, raised the energy cost there, and the item was not needed.
No.
This was 4 years ago.
Yeah, let us.
Not 20 years ago or 15 years ago under the rain.
Let us
The
make it
acid rain.
clear. 25 cents. Okay, so we're big spenders. We're big. Give me
Okay.
another one.
I'll give you another one.
Give me another
There's
one.
25 cents there. 25
Well, no,
wait, hear me out.
25 cents in
cents, okay?
365
Right.
days, and that is to put scrubbers on smokestacks.
No, that had nothing
Go
to do
ahead.
with, that had nothing to do with the
Go ahead.
scrubbers. That had nothing to do with the
Go ahead.
scrubbers. That had to do with the Reggie tax. That money
And the
there is
Reggie
a slush
tax is
fund.
what?
I already told you, Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative. That money there is to, for the purchase tax,
it's
carbon
25
tax.
cents. Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
now it's downshifted to the consumers.
So go ahead.
Okay, now that money.
No, it's
my
25
district
cents.
got $178,000 of that money for Sunnycrest, a Democrat supporter of Governor Lynch, to train people that he was already going to do for jobs. That's where that money was, diverted.
Oh,
Did you
okay,
know
So
that?
they were putting money in
Did
there
you know
to
that?
do jobs.
No, but what I'm saying is it's a slush fund.
Well,
Nickels,
you
pennies.
just said they were going to use the money to put it in for jobs.
No. What I'm saying is it's a slush fund. I want to know what was that money designed. Do you know what the reason what that money was designed for? Why we're taxing
did you
people?
just tell me they were going to use it for
You
jobs?
change everything around. You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable. You're trying to catch me in something that's not working.
Hey, did you see?
Do you know I do keep up with what's going on in New
debate
Hampshire?
between the great Shaheen and Brown?
I couldn't believe Shaheen's facial expressions. I mean, I'll tell you right now, Brown sat there, smiled. Shaheen was all nervous and got all huffy-puffy. She went at him a couple times when it wasn't even her turn to speak. He had to look at her and say, excuse me, twice, 3 times. I think it was twice, maybe. I mean, what a shame what she did. That was disrespect.
You know something, when somebody comes from another
you see it
state and
different, huh?
tries to take a
Wait,
job away
another
from
state?
somebody from New Hampshire,
been a taxpayer
she has
probably longer than
absolutely
Shaheen.
every right.
Senator
And
Brown.
if people vote for Brown over Shaheen,
Senator
come
Brown
on.
has been a taxpayer.
He was
Where was
just,
Shaheen born?
He was just a senator in Massachusetts.
came back home.
They liked him so much they didn't vote him back.
Okay.
So he comes across the border and he's going to run over here. Please don't vote for this gentleman.
Okay.
I think he's a great guy also.
Where was
great
Shaheen?
family, great kids.
Wait, can I finish? Can
nice
I add
wife,
to this? Or are you going to just
intelligent
one
wife.
way?
You know, she does.
Can I
did
add,
you know
can
his
I add
wife
to this,
does
or is
the
this one
talk
way?
shows? Go ahead.
Okay. Where was Shaheen born at?
I don't know.
She was in Wisconsin or Missouri, somewhere there?
Yes.
Right? Where was Brown born?
New Hampshire.
Okay. Now, how long has Brown owned property in New Hampshire? Longer than Shaheen's lived
okay,
here.
all right,
How
okay.
long has he been a property taxpayer?
Let us play that game then.
But no, it's true. It's factual.
Shaheen's been here for 30 years.
Okay.
Okay. Brown has not lived in
Brown
New
has
Hampshire
been paying
for 30
property taxes
years.
for over 30 years. Okay, now, Brown is also a military National Guard guy, what, for 36 years?
And excuse me, and Jean Shaheen has not supported the veterans?
No.
You're a veteran.
No. I'm going to tell you
You're
what she's
a
doing.
veteran.
Okay.
She has not supported
Will
it?
you let me
And
answer?
how does Brown support it?
Can I answer? Brown was a veteran.
So
Brown,
what?
Okay,
So
Brown
what?
supported. Will you let me answer
He
the
didn't
question?
cut any of the things
Can I
away?
answer the question you just asked me?
You
Does
may.
she? Okay. Kelly Ayotte under the budget, okay?
Please don't say Ayotte to me.
No, I'm going to.
Good.
Because Kelly Ayotte stood
Please.
her ground for veterans when Jean Shaheen supported the cut to retired disabled veterans COLA. She didn't cut her. Now, let me finish before you cut in, okay? After the vote, Kelly Ayotte went to the floor with the amendment. They refused to accept it. I track this because I sit on state and federal relations and veterans affairs, and I'm a former chairman. Jean Shaheen, after the vote was over, I'm going to try to fix it. I'm a voting member on the State Veterans Advisory Committee. Her aides, I asked a question at the Veterans Advisory Committee, which is all veteran groups throughout the state. I said, you're telling everyone you fix this, and that's not true. I read the bill. Any new disabled retirees after August 1st, they lose the 1% of their COLA. You did not fix it. You're lying to the people.
You know something.
Want me to go on more?
The problem with what you say
It's
is
fact.
this: is that she was a governor.
It's fact.
And as a governor, she did a lot.
Tell me what she
for
did. Tell me what she did. Tell me what she did. What did she do for veterans? Tell me. You're making a comment.
Okay.
What did she do?
All right, okay, I will answer. Are you saying she did nothing?
No, you're not. I asked you, what did she do?
Well, you were here. Did she do anything?
You're
for the
telling
veterans?
me, I wasn't here under Governor Shaheen, but I track. But you're telling me what she did. Tell me what she did. What did she do? You just made a comment. She's done a lot for veterans. Now, let me tell you here.
Excuse me. Jean Shaheen has
What has she-
supported
tell
every
me, like,
single
what?
thing that
What
the
has she
veterans
done?
needed. If they needed housing, they
How
got
does she
housing.
handle housing?
Here in Nashua, she's
She
one
has-
of the individuals who had the veteran housing put together.
That's not
so
true.
please
That's
don't
not- no,
say
it's
that
not.
because
It's not. It's your mayor. Who was your past
you know
mayor?
something? You got mad at me
Who
for
was the
using
guy?
veterans. Now
Wait.
you're using veterans.
You're changing everything around because you got caught.
For commercials.
You got caught.
No.
You
for,
got caught.
For commercial things.
You
and I
made a
don't
comment.
like that. Don't.
Who was the
It's
mayor?
so interesting.
Who was the mayor here in Nashua before Donnelly? What was his name? Street, was it? Mayor Street, God bless that guy, was the big supporter of the Harbor Homes here in Nashua. The mayor now was the big supporter, okay, for the Delanus House, the apartments for homeless veterans. I'm involved with this stuff.
Where do you
Peter
think the
Keller
money
here.
came from?
I live in Londonderry.
come
Why do I know what goes on in Nashua?
All right. First of
The
all,
money came from the federal government,
not
from the
A
state.
little bit about Mr. Streeter. I've done a lot of radio with him. Also,
I didn't really know him that much.
Oh yeah,
but, I just know what he did for the
Bernie
veterans.
Streeter and I and Richard did the very first in-studio show at this station because I was semi-instrumental of getting a license for the station.
Awesome.
He was the mayor, and Richard obviously is
Okay.
running the station, and we did the very first show right
Okay.
here. So, and as a mayor, he was too conservative.
Right.
That's
Okay.
my opinion.
But the
But I
bottom
like
line
them,
is,
obviously,
but the
I like
bottom
them.
line is, no matter how conservative it was, he was the one that led the charge to get the harbor homes here for homeless people and homeless veterans.
No.
The state had nothing to do with it. The money came from the federal government, from
Hold
HUD.
on a second. Come
HUD
on.
sponsored that program.
Please. I don't know a politician.
I'm not a politician.
Republican or what?
I'm not a politician. Because if I was a politician, I'd have to lie like you and tell you what you want to hear.
If you tell me,
I tell it like it is, the fact.
I'll tell you what. I think you can sit down with almost any politician and say that, and it's true. That's not with me.
You know me. I tell it like it is.
We both. Yeah, no.
You
The
know.
way you see it.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
right.
no.
And
Look at-
the history. He's the only person I know who writes the history before it happens.
I do my
swear
homework.
to God.
I do my homework.
And by the way,
Don't
let's just
touch
say this,
anything. Nope, don't touch nothing.
Let's just see
Don't
that.
touch nothing.
So you're in with the Koch brothers.
Yeah, that's what the Democrats are trying to say.
And they've got Bill O'Brien.
Bill O'Brien, and they attacked.
How can
now
it,
listen,
how can it,
they
if you're
attacked
so
Representative.
good, why aren't people praising you?
They do all the time. I mean, people. I help a lot of people.
Well,
do you know
what-
Tuesday I'm
what-
driving to Summersworth there for a 71-year-old woman who her husband passed away, a veteran, who she's struggling to survive. Her husband passed away. She has no money coming in to help her do the paperwork for her appeal, to help her get the veterans, help. What I'm saying, she called up Shaheen's office, and you know what they told her? Oh, we don't have any experience in doing them forms. So now this lady's not in my district, but she's the
how did
wife
you-
of a
how
veteran.
did you find out about
because
this?
a rep that was going door to door met her, and they said this poor lady's struggling, don't know who to go. She went to Shaheen's office. They helped her
That's
out, but
not
then
true. You know, don't make statements like that.
I'm being honest.
Don't make statements
I'm
like
telling
that.
you factual.
Oh yeah, I can see a 71-year-old lady walking into Jean Shaheen's office.
No, she didn't. She called. She
and
didn't.
in turn, Jean Shaheen's
didn't. She
office
called.
goes, "No, we don't know. We don't do that." How can a Republican make such a comment like that?
Very simple.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It's elections. That's
it's not.
how a Republican can make such a statement as you have just made. Jean Shaheen
Which-
has
the
done
28th.
so much.
What is
for
that
the
on my
state
calendar?
of
Look at
New
my
Hampshire.
calendar where
So
I'm
what
going.
what do you want?
I want you to look at my calendar where I'm going.
30 minutes.
Okay,
Notification.
where
30
am I?
minutes notification.
Where am I going? No, the one.
Pauline M. Plant.
Don't say the name. Just.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. All
Okay,
right, all
I'm
right.
going to Summersworth. She's a veteran's wife.
That is
But I'm
correct.
just telling you.
So what?
But I have no reason to lie about that. Why would
So
I?
what
It's
has
election.
that got to do with the
But what I'm
elections that were
saying is-
taking place? And how did we get
What I'm trying
from
to tell you is people
that she's
drop
done
the
nothing?
ball because they make promises. They use veterans as political pawns.
Hold on a second. You want promises?
Mm-hmm.
I think the Republican House of Representatives in Washington also promised to do something,
Like what?
and they did nothing. Oh, wait a minute. Do you have a
Do you know-
loan that you would like to pay off? That you've gone to college? You can't refinance it because
How
of
many bills-
Republicans.
Can I ask you a question? How many bills that the House passed are sitting in Harry Reid in the Democrat Senate? He's passed 23 bills. How many bills are sitting in the House of Representatives that were passed the Senate? Bipartisan bills. Bipartisan bills.
By the way,
You never answer my questions.
No,
How come?
by the way,
How come?
why wouldn't the House of Representatives in Washington
Mm-hmm.
not bring things up for a vote? Close the
have.
government twice.
Because
50
you
billion
have over
dollars
243
lost.
bills.
50
You know,
billion. We're in a recession. $50 billion.
Ken,
Each
Ken,
state could have
Ken,
got $1 billion.
Ken, give it a break. Give
And
it a
what do
break,
you do?
Ken.
You think they're good?
Ken, give it a break and answer the questions
You don't
I'm
think
asking.
it's good?
Instead of coming up with excuses and blaming people, I asked you a question.
Blaming people.
Yes.
Excuse me. They closed the
200
government down.
Hey,
What do you
the
want?
House of Representatives in Washington passed 243, I think, or more bills that are sitting over in the Senate. They done their job. The Republicans and Democrats. Listen to me now.
excuse
I'm not
me.
just saying
Excuse me.
Republicans.
Excuse me.
Republicans and
Excuse me.
Democrats,
Look,
bipartisan bills.
When they get hold on a second.
Don't believe me,
You
look it
talk
up.
about you talk about a group of people who have done so little work.
I
and
disagree
should
with
not
you.
be paid. And I think it's good. You
So
don't
you
do the
telling me
work. You
Custer?
you don't get paid.
Custer and
No.
Cal Shea Porter did nothing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's here we go.
Is that what you're
That's
saying?
politics.
You're blaming the
That's politics.
Republican House, so they need to go then, right?
You know something.
Custer and Cal Shea Porter, they should go then, right?
Look,
They didn't do nothing?
Custer.
Yeah.
All right.
And Cal Shea
Okay,
Porter.
let's listen
Because I want facts, not
And
bull.
she's running against who?
Marilinda Garcia.
And Marilyn did what?
What do you mean, what did she do? What? She was a state rep for 8 years.
She
and outstanding.
didn't
Tell it like it
even
is.
vote for equal pay for women.
You want to know something? Here you go.
For
You know
women.
something? Here you go. You
Excuse me,
guys keep
she is a woman.
You all keep playing
She
off
was
of
8
women.
seats away
you know
from me.
some women are smarter than you
Excuse
think.
me, you're the one who brought up Custer.
treat women
Custer
like they
is
have no
is a
brains.
great lady, and I happen to like Garcia. She
You
said
all
this,
treat-
but every time she voted, can you imagine voting against women? Excuse me.
You know some. You all treat women like they have no brains. That's the way you guys treat them. You say the war on women, but tell the truth. There's already
Excuse me.
a pay act. There's already a pay act in
brought up
1964.
Custer.
Equal pay act.
Custer is running against a woman who would
You know
not
something?
vote for
I didn't
equal
vote for it
pay
either.
to women.
I didn't vote for
Guess
it either.
What?
I didn't vote for it either because it was a
Guess
political bill.
What? Don't vote
You know
for
some-
Garcia.
you-
I like her.
Yeah, but you
don't
know something?
vote for her.
Don't vote for Custer because women are being used as political pawns like veterans. The war on
Oh,
women.
here we go.
You're going to lose your. Did any women
Here
lose
we
their health care?
go.
No, you didn't. Parental. If you look at planned.
Excuse me.
Tell you what. If you
women
look
didn't lose. That's what. You know why they didn't lose health care? They didn't have health care.
That's not true. That's not true.
Well, you're
You know
the guys
something?
who fought the. You
know
guys
something?
fought the Medicaid.
You keep.
Medicaid. Excuse me. How many women? 61% of the
keep
women didn't have
using
insurance,
women.
and you guys fought it for 2 years.
You all
and you
keep
guys wonder why
women-
the women are having a
Matter
hard
of
time
fact,
with Republicans.
How come you all use women so bad, but yet behind the
Who's so
scenes you're
bad?
abusing them? You're
Look,
abusing
how
women.
can you abuse?
Very
and-
simple. Look at Clinton.
Excuse me. How
Look at
how
Weiner.
can you
Look-
abuse?
look at Clinton,
Not
look at Weiner.
just
Everyone
women,
turns their back on
the
them.
poor people
Yeah.
who do not have insurance.
Medicaid.
It was
That's
you
not true.
guys who voted 2 years against
If-
having Medicaid, which was paid fully for 3
Why-
years.
why'd
you
you do
guys
that?
are shame on you.
You know, I love how you say what's paid within 3 years.
It was
because
paid for
by
3
who?
years.
By who? Who paid for it for 3 years?
Oh,
100%.
here we go
Who
again.
paid for it? Who paid for it for 3 years? Is there money trees in Washington?
Yeah,
Who paid for it?
Oh, wait a minute.
No, you're not answering my
We
question.
should not
Who
have,
paid for
we
it?
should not have medicine.
Oh, here we go, the scare tactics.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Here we go. The sky hospital's going to
No, no,
crumble.
well,
The
hold-
sky's going to fall.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Aren't
Give it
you,
out.
wait
Go
a
ahead.
minute. You don't want Obamacare, which is health for everyone, yet in this country, and I've said it before, we're 20th in the world for infant mortality, and guess who's above us? Is Cuba, and the Republicans don't want insurance.
Did you hear Senator Shaheen, Frank Ginter and Cal Shea Porter, that in November or December there, when the Obama's thing that he signed there, that 70,000 New Hampshire people are going to lose their insurance? Did you hear that? Because of the ACA, because of the regulations that are in the ACA, 70,000 people are going to lose because they extended it out past the election. And it came up in the debate. Did you watch the debate?
Yeah.
It came up.
Yeah.
70,000. So you want 70,000
you know,
New Hampshire people on the government dole.
Problem
That's what you want.
with you bringing that up is probably
It's a
the
fact.
wrong subject to
Why?
bring up.
It's
because
Medicaid expansion.
I'm on Commerce, which is banking and insurance.
Commerce ain't
and
doing
one
their
of
job.
the reasons
Commerce is not doing their
what?
job because you all didn't
Is
speak out.
what?
You all didn't speak out. Commerce is not doing their job
Excuse me,
because you didn't
you're
speak
talking-
out.
And the problem with you guys is you tried down here in New Hampshire to do federal laws when you ought to pay attention to New Hampshire laws
Okay.
because what we're talking about is New Hampshire, not federal laws.
Can I say
Is
something?
that true?
Can I say something
so
to
wait
the
a
people?
minute. You brought a point up. Let me
Okay.
clear
But you
this
already
up.
cut me off. You let me
Somebody
finish.
wants to lose insurance. Shame on you guys. You guys made it illegal
It had
to
nothing-
form an insurance exchange.
You know
And
something?
guess what? The states who are not running their own insurance exchanges are going to lose people who have insurance in the state because of what you guys
That's not
did.
true. You're not telling the truth.
That is
Will you
the
give me-
truth.
will you give me a chance
That
to
happens
speak?
to be just
Will
one
you
subject
give-
I have a little knowledge
Will you give me a
on.
chance to speak? Okay? That's not true. Okay? First of all, the 70,000 people, New Hampshire people are proud people. They don't want to be on the government dole. Okay? We already have Medicaid for low-income people that we pay 50% or 50% share.
And
This
50 and
Medicaid
50
expansion, lose your good insurance and get on the government
No,
dole.
no,
That's what's going on here. Pay higher deductibles on the government
You
dole.
know,
That's what's going on here. It's a redistribution
excuse
of
me?
wealth. The fact.
Wait, can you repeat what you just
It's
said?
a
It was so confusing
No.
that I need to hear it again.
Okay, I'm going to say it again.
Say it again.
The Democrats want you 70,000 New Hampshire. First of all, I said
have insurance.
That have insurance. New Hampshire
Who
people
don't
are
have
prou-
insurance.
New Hampshire people are proud.
And 61% of those are women.
And oh, that's BS. That's BS.
Okay, it's
you
true.
keep throwing this women
So
out.
you don't want people to
something?
have insurance.
I'm a father of 3 daughters.
Oh, here we go.
I'm a grandfather
go.
of 5 granddaughters. I have 2 great-grandkids, 1 great-grandson, 1 great-granddaughter. This thing about women is total BS, the war on women. So you guys got to get over it.
Why?
Women are smarter than you think.
You know
You think I'm...
You know, the good thing about what you're saying is it's so obvious that here, especially here in New Hampshire, which we all should be ashamed of ourselves, and that is that we have not taken care of the people we should have. When Obama,
what do you mean taking care of?
excuse me, when Obama health
Obama,
insurance
you got
came
it
in.
right,
Okay,
Obama.
one of the things that they said, I don't mind saying that now. One of the things that they did is they took the people who had no insurance. You can call them the working poor, no insurance at all, and put them on Medicaid.
You know
and
something?
guess what? And that was paid 100%. By
For 3
our
years.
federal government.
For 3 years.
All right.
You
by
never answer me
for
where
3
that
years.
money comes from.
But
where does that money come from?
You held it up for 2 years.
Because we
so
were looking
for
out-
2 years, people didn't have insurance.
Ken, wake up, Ken. We were looking out for the taxpayers. You're setting
Excuse
them
me,
up
these
for
are
more
not
money
tax.
out of
48,000 people in the state of New Hampshire are not taxpayers.
22,000 of them had insurance. They were paying for it. They were
Shame
happy.
on you.
22,000
Of
were
all
happy.
things, I can't believe you.
You know
I
something?
can't believe
and
you
I
that
can't
feel
believe
this
you
way.
that you're not being honest. Because Commerce did not do, let me finish. Commerce did not do their job here in New Hampshire. The reason why I'm saying you didn't, because The Medicaid expansion went to Finance and Ways and Means. It never went to the duty experts in Commerce. Not one person from Commerce got up and spoke out on the floor that should have came to our committee.
One of the greatest mistakes, which will prove, and I'll simply explain it, because this, they may not reelect me, but I will, well, they may not. You may be the problem.
Yeah, I'm the problem. I'm the solution.
One of the worst things that ever took place.
I'm the solution.
Which the Republicans, put it down.
I'm the solution.
The solution. One of the worst things that Republicans ever did, and they didn't know that this was going to happen. And by the way, I was talking to a doctor today. I went for had my eyes checked.
Wasn't the head?
Yeah.
Did you get the lobotomy yet?
Listen, when I look at you and you look good, I had to have my glasses checked. One of the worst things ever done in the history of the state of New Hampshire, as we go through a change from one insurance way to another to make sure everyone is cared for. The worst thing ever done in the state of New Hampshire by the Republican Party, and they didn't. I'm going to give you the credit. You didn't know what you were doing.
We knew what we were doing.
No, you didn't.
That's your opinion.
You made
we'll
it.
agree
Well,
to
let me
disagree.
finish. You made it illegal to form an insurance exchange. So
Live free or die.
and the word was by the person who sat there was it's going to cost $30 million.
That's right.
So
Just for the site.
we have the government do it. And I said, well, I thought you didn't want the government. Well, it's going to cost us $30 million. So now you want the government to pay. And you said, yeah.
Because it's a mandate.
Why should we pay? And I'm going,
Because it's a government mandate.
So anyway, so what happens is an insurance company, one insurance company goes to the federal government and says, we will take over the exchange. We will do it. And the federal government looks at it and says, okay, you may.
And we stopped it.
If the people do not, of the state of New
We
Hampshire,
stopped it,
do not
proudly.
want to stop that, guess what? You let them do it. So this company, an insurance company, runs it instead of the state of New Hampshire. Instead of us running
Okay.
it, we
Can I
have an
finish?
insurance company running it. And guess what happens?
Are you going to let me
They
speak?
cut 10 hospitals out.
Okay, here we go again.
1,000 jobs
Okay.
gone.
Here we go again.
People don't have insurance.
Here we go again.
We lose a job.
The
We lose
sky's
a hospital
falling.
here in the state
It's
of New
the
Hampshire.
Republicans' fault. We're no
but
good. Mm-hmm.
you want to know something? What the worst of all of that? Because you believe me, O'Brien, nobody could figure out that was going to happen.
We did figure it out.
No,
we
you
did
didn't.
already know it. We
Don't-
did. It's a simple.
I'll tell you what.
It's simple.
If you tell me that O'Brien knew, or you knew,
Yeah, we knew.
that Anthem was going to take it over,
Yes,
and
because
losing,
we already know
and
that Governor-
losing 10 hospitals.
We already knew because Senator
1,000 jobs
Shaheen
throughout the state.
chased them all
You
out of
knew-
New Hampshire.
wait a minute.
We knew.
You knew that.
Yes,
okay,
we
all right.
knew.
So,
She chased all the
right,
companies
all right.
out of New
If you
Hampshire.
knew that all of this was going to happen,
Senator Shaheen chased
then
the
you
companies out of
caused
New
a
Hampshire.
great problem.
No, we didn't.
But
No, we didn't.
But the worst of it, there's still one more step to this. The worst of it
See,
is
this is the Ken Gibbs show. I'm not his co-host because he goes on and on and on. Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
The worst of what, and I've got to tell you, you could have never figured this out. Nobody
did.
could have figured this out.
We did because we knew what Senator
No,
Shaheen did as the governor.
you know-
She chased all the insurance companies out. There was only one, and there's three under the managed care for Medicaid. There was a contract signed. Medicaid people have civilian
This
insurance,
is the
basically.
United States of America.
Where does that money
and
come
we
from? Can you
are
answer me?
The United States of New Hampshire.
answer
and when
me?
you, as a lawmaker,
On the-
make it illegal
Can you answer
for
me?
lawmakers to make a law,
Almost 18
shame on you.
Almost $18 trillion
shame
deficit.
on you.
Where does the money come
So
from to pay
you
for
talk
this?
about socialism.
You won't even answer.
You
You
talk about communists.
Can you answer
this
my
is
question?
what socialists and communists
Can you
do.
answer? They
So
give
don't-
away the.
they
give
don't-
away.
they don't do what you
They
guys
take away
did.
from the people that have
They
worked all their
don't
life
do
and give it
what
to
you
people that will
guys
sit
did.
at home.
Shame on you.
You know something? Then shame on me.
Okay.
Then I'm proudly and I'll vote against Medicaid expansion again. Okay? Now, and see, now you could say shame, but you want to know something? The people in New Hampshire are proud people. They don't want big government. They don't want government involved in their insurance, in their decision-making process on whether they should have an operation or
They
not.
don't want government.
You all cut the
insurance-
Medicare
yeah, if
from
the,
from the seniors.
If the people
You cut
in
Medicare
if
to-
people
for
in New
Obamacare.
Hampshire doesn't want government in their insurance business, and believe me, you don't, then why in the world would the Republican House pass a bill making it illegal, which means us as
So
lawmakers
the government is out of their life
cannot
and out of their pockets.
form an insurance exchange,
So
making
the-
it illegal.
So the government is out of their
So we
life and
lost
out of their pockets.
How much money to the state?
How much money? No, we didn't lose
And
nothing.
then you
that
guys
money is
closed the
redistributed from our
government
taxpayers.
down twice.
We didn't lose anything.
A
That money was
billion, $50
Ken,
billion.
Ken, when are you going to realize where that money comes from? That money was being redistributed from our taxpayers. Where do you think the money comes from? The federal
Where-
government. That's us.
You know, okay, why don't we have the money?
Because we already have so many programs. The spending is out of
Excuse me,
control.
no,
Spending is out of
hold on.
control.
Why don't we have the money?
Let me try this one more time. Because the liberal spending and taxing is out of control.
No, we don't have the money because it was a Republican who started a war in Iraq, which cost several trillion dollars,
there we go.
4,500
Here we
kids
go.
killed.
Okay.
Guess what?
Okay.
And when he left,
here
this
we go.
country was like this.
Here we go.
In walks the president.
It's Bush's
The
fault.
day he
6
walks
years
into the
later,
president, this country lost 750,000
6
jobs.
years later,
and
we're
you
still
guys
blaming Bush.
said that was okay.
6 years later, we're still blaming Bush. Get over it.
Well, you're saying
Get over it.
where's the money
Be
coming
part
from?
of the solution.
Stop the war.
Be part of the solution, not the
Oh,
problem.
I see.
That's
I see.
right.
And you know something? There's also something. If you don't read and study history, you're going to repeat it, and we don't want to repeat another majority of
Do you want to?
Republicans.
Do you want to?
coming
I'm
in.
going to tell the people something here.
Is it
When
the truth?
Medicaid, it's the
Is it
truth.
the truth?
Matter of fact,
All
I got
right,
the
okay.
fact right in front of me.
All right, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
pulled it here.
do we need a drum roll? Truth from El
I pulled
Baldessaro.
this. So you can do the same thing. You can search on NHPR what I pulled off there today. Governor Hassan was against the Republican plan on Medicaid expansion. What we wanted, not me, because I voted against it, okay, but what the senator did, rather than put in Medicaid expansion full blown, that would have cost us a lot more money, okay, and more
Cost
taxes.
who?
The taxpayers.
Excuse me. Cost.
Because we still
No
have
taxpayers in New Hampshire.
That's not true. We still have to.
No.
We have to hire people
No.
to run the Medicaid expansion. You got to put people in place. That's on our tax dollar. Now the medical itself is the taxpayers because there's subsidies that people get gets paid from somewhere.
It didn't register to you. That was paid for 3 years in its totality.
Yeah.
That means
will
if you
answer
hire
me?
the people,
Where does the money come from?
If
I
you
want
run,
to ask
all
you.
right, okay.
Where does the money come from?
Well,
How does it get paid? How does that get paid? Where does it come from?
you know, we could just go around. And,
No,
you know,
no.
it's
Because
shame-
your
it's-
commerce.
It's my
Your commerce. You
fault
should
for
know
letting
this.
this continue to go on.
Your
Al,
commerce.
I love you, but
Your
when
commerce.
you say,
Where does the money come from to pay for it?
When you tell
I love the
me,
Democrats.
When you tell me that the Earth is not getting warmer, then you're telling me the Earth is flat.
Where
On
does
that,
you guys are beautiful how you get right off it because you don't want to answer the question.
How is your campaign
Can I tell you where the
going?
money's coming from before I tell you about my campaign?
I don't want to go into this
I can
because
tell you.
I will tell the truth. I will tell the truth, and you will.
The
you have to
money
go
is
through this
coming
again.
from your the people that are paying for insurance. You're paying double. You're paying more in other costs that are involved with it. When you go to the doctor, you're paying. There's a cutoff or whatever. I can't think of what they call it. You're paying. That's who's paying.
Look,
but how's your election going?
Look, let me. You know, we shouldn't keep doing this, but I am in commerce, which is banking
Yeah,
and
but you
insurance.
had nothing to do with Medicaid expansion.
I have to repeat that to you.
You had nothing to do with Medicaid
Because
expansion.
the comments that you're making are not factual.
I'm reading right here. I got it right here. This
Are
is
not-
from, go to
and
NHPR.
it came off the internet.
And go to NHPR,
So-
which is a liberal station.
so
And look at
please.
Hassan takes Medicaid push on the road because she wasn't happy with the Republican plan. But what happened? She bent because the Republican was not moving the Senate, okay? And they passed a plan, okay, where you have to get waivers. Do you know if we don't get the 3 waivers here in March, your Medicaid expansion goes away by December? So anyone that jumped on board with Medicaid expansion, you lose it by December.
Okay.
Did you tell the people the truth?
I'm going to tell you.
Tell the people the
I am
truth.
going to say one more time, and then I'm not going to repeat it.
Tell the people the truth.
What you did by making it illegal for
Has nothing to
us
do with Medicaid expansion.
Form an insurance exchange.
That's not true.
Letting an insurance company run it, and in the back, very clearly, it said that
That's not
you're
true.
going to lose waivers and money if the states don't run
That's not
their
true.
own insurance exchange.
not true.
So it comes down to the Republicans again. Let's move on. I don't want
Okay.
to talk about it anymore.
I do. I just
Let's
want
go to another subject.
I just want to say
No,
if
I
by
wanna
the
talk
federal
about it.
by the federal government
Are you still
running
beating your
it,
dogs?
by the federal government running it, there's no
Yeah.
cost to the state.
All right,
okay, so
okay.
let the federal
That's fine.
government do it.
Yeah,
It's
all
a
right.
mandate.
Well, I'll tell you what. Sadly,
How's your election going?
Sadly, it is. We're coming up to a point where it is a midterms, and this is a point. Whoever is, let's say, we're Democrats. We are a Democratic president, and the problem is at this particular point, it looks like it always goes the other way. If it's Democrats or Republicans, sadly, I do hope that people do go out and vote and understand. Is one thing we don't want to do is we don't want to go back to where we were.
Right.
And I think people saw within the House of Representatives, they did nothing. We've got to get something done.
That's not true. You're not being honest.
Don't vote for the Republicans in this
Then
case.
if I was you, then if that's the way
And
you're
by the way,
saying, then
if
vote
I-
out Custer
if I
and vote out Shea
If
Porter.
I hated Republicans, you and Bill O'Brien and I would not sit down and talk.
But you don't. You like Republicans because we put the facts out. We keep you straight. We fix the mess that you guys make.
What?
You know?
Al, I don't know what I'd do without you. I'm telling you.
We fixed the mess that you all did. We're going to fix the mess
Thank
again.
you, God, for help on the sorrow.
If Governor
What
Hassan
would I
is the
do
governor
without
again,
it?
she's leaving us already down the road to a
right.
$100 million deficit. But after the election, they'll fix it.
And of course, what you forget to remember is we just got out of an awful recession, which I think everybody agrees
Here we
we
go
would like
again.
it to speed
Here
up
we
a
go
little bit
again.
more and bring
Here-
more jobs. Excuse
Here
me.
we go again.
Excuse me. That's a
Blame
report.
everything else instead
All
of
right.
looking in the mirror and say that we've taxed and spent too much. Look in the mirror and say we taxed and spent too much. You heard the senator you had on earlier. There was a comment she made I thought was great. And she said something about that we needed to cut business taxes and other stuff to attract businesses here. She realizes now she's speaking like a Republican. You taxed and spent too much.
No. Peggy
I didn't say her name.
Gilmore running for Senate is not a Republican.
I didn't say I know that, but what she
Okay?
said
So
was
what Republicans?
there's no rebound in jobs in New Hampshire.
Let us.
She's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, there are, but they're not coming
No,
fast
she was
enough.
right.
and
I read the numbers for you last time. You didn't believe me.
They're not coming fast enough.
I'm
We
glad
all
the
agree
senator
on
was
that.
here to reinforce what I said.
Well, all I can say to people, no matter what, is we don't want to go back. So we don't want to. No offense, we don't.
Don't wanna go back to
You
what?
will be back in the House.
Don't wanna go back to what?
only because you are. Obviously, very pushy. You scare the hell out of people. You call and say, "I don't know where you live. Okay, you don't vote for me." I mean, come on. You're the only guy I know who's been called out of it, who has a seat in the office.
Did you see this?
At the Speaker's house?
Did you see this put out by the NRA? Senator Shaheen, 0, okay, from the NRA on Second Amendment. Did you see that?
Yeah, let's see that for a second. Let's see it. And ladies and
You've seen
gentlemen, what I really would like people to see very closely is
See, I figured you would do that. That's why I brought two of them.
It is amazing how beautiful this woman is, even though she's extremely mad at Republicans not doing their job.
See, what I did was I brought two of them because I knew if I gave him one, the facts from the NRA, where, and I'm a Second Amendment guy, that where she has a voting rating, and Brown has an A.
You know what's interesting about what you say is I don't remember this, the greatest sales of guns in the history of this country has been since Obama has become president, because the NRA and guys like yourself scare people thinking that they need a gun because the gun laws are going to be changed. Not a gun law has been changed. All right. How's Bill O'Brien doing, by the way?
Bill O'Brien's doing great.
I haven't seen him.
No, he's been busy. He's been out and about. He's been all over the state, meeting with candidates, helping them. He's been raising money for candidates to help them win. I think this is going to be a good year for Republicans. And being the type of Democrat you are, I will take you under my wing and make sure that nobody picks on you there next session.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien said if I get in, I'm going to make sure Kenny's parking place.
That's right. I can't help you on the parking, but
across the highway.
That's right.
Yeah.
Although, did you know that Bill O'Brien gave up his parking spot?
I did.
Imagine that. And to a rep who's a senior Democrat, I guess.
Who is a Democrat?
And she attacked him a couple days later that he's no good. I mean, that's the mentality we go through with the Democrats. It's a shame. That guy has got a heart of gold, but yet the Democrats continue to beat him because they did not like the cuts that he had to do rather than bankrupt the state. You all set us to bankrupting the state the way you brought us to 4 years.
You know, I like Bill. All right. I've liked him. You're right, he has a heart of gold. I don't like his politics.
Well, naturally you don't, because you're a Democrat.
And a lot of
you don't
people,
like mine either.
And a lot of people don't because he didn't.
Because just Democrats don't like him.
Because the Republicans who had a supermajority lost.
No, we did, because Obama beat us.
The full state of New Hampshire came across and said,
Obama
we do
beat
not
us.
want the Republicans running the House of Representatives
That's not true.
here in the state simply because you guys screwed it up so
That's not true. Obama beat us. I'll be the first one as the Republicans to say Obama beat us. Over 120,000 new voters on Election Day. Unheard of. In some areas, there were more voters that were even in the town. But, they're still waiting for the investigation on that stuff. But anyways, that's what beat us.
And how many years ago did this happen?
He had tablets, we had clipboards. He beat us. We're a lot more advanced this time. Lessons learned. Okay, guarantee you're going to see a big difference now, because the people are seeing this. Even in my district, Democrats are asking for my signs in their yard. I got them in their yard in my district. Okay, that's why when they attack me like the Democrats did.
Al, I can't.
It's a shame my uncle's voting for you.
To shoot you in the foot.
It's a shame my uncle's voting.
Your uncle not only let me put a sign in his yard. He said, I will vote for you, and you tell my damn to get back and become a Democrat. All right, we only have about 6 minutes left.
Well, this went pretty fast.
Yeah, and we're going to have probably one more show before the election.
Yeah.
Right. So what are you running around like a crazy person?
I am. I've been helping other people. I mean, last night I was at in my district there. I promoted, matter of fact, a kid from Nashua. Who's a Civil Air Patrol. He goes to the London Reserve Center, and I was invited to give an award to the young man, Sousa, and his mother was there and father was there. And it was weird. The day before, I was at a house party for Frank Ginter in Londonderry, and the mother and the son was there. So, I mean, it was a small world there.
You've been having fun? And,
yeah, I've been out and about helping other candidates.
Yeah.
Trying to get Liberty guys elected and conservatives that will keep their hands out of people's pockets.
I'll tell you, I think you should stay with the Republican Party in the state of New Hampshire and stay away from some of these groups. Really bad.
Like what?
Both Republicans and Democrats feel as if. I won't mention their names.
Like George Soros? I need you to mention their names.
Credit, okay?
Because when you make a comment,
bad people.
When you make a comment about Republican groups, okay, Democrat progressive groups are bad too. They're bad,
I didn't mention
people.
any groups. I'm just saying, read what you get in the mail, because we don't want to go back. And all this is saying, not only do we want to go back, we want to go back further than what we were.
You've got a group
we
in New
don't
Hampshire.
Want to go back into another war. We do not want to send kids over to be killed. We do not want any more countries hating us.
Then you don't support your president then, do you?
Stop.
You don't support your president then, do you? Because right now he's got probably, a couple thousand boots on the ground over there in Iraq. He's got 3,000, almost 4,000 going into Liberia to handle something that veterans are not trained to do. We're trained to fight wars and win wars.
No.
Okay? He's sending them into
I'm
a
sorry,
suicide
but
mission.
Honest to God, there
Okay?
are people
So-
who train people.
So you're not supporting
Yeah, yeah.
Obama then? We got boots on the ground.
Not
He's
for
not
wars,
being honest with
not
the
for
people.
another war.
Yeah, they're there. What do you?
No, that's
how
not
do you
a
think
war.
Vietnam
That's
started?
not a war.
How do you? Yeah, it is a war.
No,
yes,
no.
it's a war. Are you like Shaheen, turned blinded? Senator Shaheen blinded on that?
We don't want another war.
But we're in there
But
again.
you guys, the way it's
How do you
talking
think
right
Vietnam
now,
started?
if a Republican if a Democrat would say, well, look, let us just go back to Iraq, bring 50, 60, 100,000 people. We can take Iraq. We can take care of Syria while we're there. We can take care of Iran while we're there. 155,000, maybe 200,000 people. We can do it all in 6 months. There's going to be some fighting. We're going to lose some people, but that's okay. And you want to know something? We'll find Republicans who would say, yeah, we'll do that. We can do that. The problem
you got Democrats that are
it's
saying
not
the same
their
thing.
children.
Do you know
and
you-
it's not themselves going to war.
Do you know you got
Stay
Democrats-
out of war. Republicans want to
know,
go back.
Then why do
sorry,
you
no
have
more.
Democrats that are
No
saying
more.
that they should, because this a group wants to kill Americans? Why do you got Democrats saying the same thing?
Are you saying
you
you
got
want
a
another
general.
war?
No, I'm not saying I want. You know
Do
something?
you want to have boots on the ground?
I served 22 years as a Marine.
I know that. But
Okay,
do
but I understand.
do you
I went to
want
war.
50,000 people over there.
No, but let me put it this way
So
here.
what do you want over there?
I wanted to blow these people up. I want to kill
Okay.
them before they come to
all
our
right,
shores.
okay, all right. So we
I
don't
want to kill
want
them
a
before they
war,
come to
but
our
we want
shores.
to blow them up.
You have no choice. These people want to kill us.
No,
I've been to these countries.
Take my word for it.
Have you been to these
Nobody
countries?
wants. No, and you have never been to the country where ISIS was.
No, but I was there with radicals.
Okay,
I was in
let me-
Kuwait. I was in Iraq. I was in Saudi. I was in Bahrain. I've been to Turkey. I've been to Azerbaijan.
Okay, question: have you been to Canada?
I've been to Canada.
Question: what do you think about what happened up
That's
there?
a disgrace. That's a terrorist. Just like the major that they won't call a terrorist attack, who was a Muslim, okay, at the military base that killed all them veterans. Okay, and it's a shame.
Yeah, that was.
It's
that
a
was.
shame. Believe me, I'm a military. I got a son who's a sergeant in the Marine
we
Corps.
know that.
Who served. Yeah, I know.
We know that.
But what
and
I'm trying to
you
say
were
is.
in the
but
Oval
what I'm
Office with
saying
the
is-
president, with your son and him.
What I'm trying
and
to say
I
is,
can't even
you're
go to
making
the
comments
game.
because you never served. I can understand. You're a Monday morning quarterback, okay, and don't understand the strategies that
Al,
these people want to kill
You
us.
are a trained
Fighter.
fighter.
That's right.
We
I was
won't
trained to
say
fight wars.
Killer will say.
I was trained to fight wars.
Fight, and that's what you know.
Right. No, I don't. I actually,
That's
we're
what
peace-loving
you
people.
know. And
Veterans are
We
peace-loving
do
people.
not want another war, and for
You know something?
Republicans
We
to
may not have a
use
choice.
ISIS
We might no, we're not
and the
using.
rest of the world, and
So-
the president is saying, well, hold on a second.
So you think James
If
Foley, we
Iraq-
should just
if we
turn our
have to
back
go
and
to
say, let it go,
Iraq,
kill
and they
Americans?
can't take care of themselves by now.
So do you
if
think-
Turkey can't help,
Do you
the
think?
Kurds,
Do you think we should just turn our back like James Foley, the God bless
We're
that guy,
not
who wanted to
turning
help
our
people and
back.
got his head cut off, and other
we're
Americans
not-
that are getting
we're
killed?
not turning our backs to it.
No, we're not. Tell me, dropping air bombs, what does that do? It slows down the enemy, but when you're in buildings and you're in hiding behind children, tell me what that does in strategy and war fighting skills.
So
what does that do? You're the duty expert.
You're
What does that do?
saying is that we need boots on the ground.
What I'm saying is we may need boots on the
Ah,
ground. We may. The General Kelly
we
said
do
the same
not
thing.
need another war.
We've been in a war for years
We
against
do not,
terrorists.
Yeah, 10 years.
Terrorists.
We do not need,
We have to take out
that's
terrorists.
a war that will be going on.
Then
the
that's
rest of
what
our
this
life.
is.
50
ISIS
seconds. How are they going to
is
get
a
in touch with you?
terrorist.
How are they going to get in touch with you? 46 seconds.
www.albaldasaro.com. Phone number 425-6997. 41 Hall Road in Londonderry. You're welcome. Go shop.
Facebook.
I have a Facebook. Just look up Al Baldessaro.
Good.
Or re-elect Al Baldessaro.
My name is Ken Gidge, and I am the host of this show, and my partner is Al Baldessaro. Please, folks.
Am I the co-host, by the way?
Yes,
Okay,
you are
just checking.
co-host. And shut up, I got 21 seconds left. And we do argue a lot, maybe too much, but this is the way it goes. It is politics. We're going to be on November 4th. We're all going to go to the polls, hopefully go to the polls. So right now, everything is kind of heated. But thank you, Al,
Yep.
and thank you. We do appreciate it.
Trust but verify.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.